Good morning, everyone. Ready for round two? Oh, well, you couldn't get any more of a balanced last couple of days, right? So this is a clear distribution balance, right? I said that we go up, go sideways. This is our little bit of liquidation under 77.52, and we're back in distribution again. We've got a lot of product to distribute, right? So we've got all of this product here that we're getting rid of up here. Hey, Jimmy, what's going on? So now the problem with this is here's your all-time high. If we get accepted over 7,800, you'll want to be careful on the short side because all the inventory will be underneath us. See that? And by inventory, I'll make it simple, all the blue stuff. Right? Once price is up here above cost basis, we did this pop up and came back in. Now I'm noticing, like tonight, overnight inventory is long, and every time it corrects, it bids and bids and bids down here. I'll show you. So the bid has been moving up over the last couple of days, right? So as the bid moves up, James B. Well, good to have you back. Is that Jim from In the Room? Anyway, it's good to have you back. Hey, Keith, how you doing? So price is going higher. Sellers don't have to sell at cheap prices, so they're raising price. Unfortunately, the trading over the last little while has been pretty choppy. You can see the 1 minute chart, right? And this is very, very common of a distribution. On the open, we're going to look for an adjustment lower. But if we can't get lower, and I'll give you some very specific areas, okay? If we can't definitely, these are your sort of three danger zones, right? So if you're short and the market can't take out 77.86 on the open, you're in trouble. 84.5 will be your next sort of warning sign, and 82. So if these levels do not get taken out, this thing's going to turn and rotate up, okay? Got to be careful of that. When a market goes sideways into a distribution, that price stability will attract longs, okay? So that's something for you to watch out for. The levels have been working. I haven't, I'm feeling pretty, I'm still pretty sick, so I haven't traded. I took a couple of little trades in the Globex session. I haven't done anything since then. So let's see what we can cobble together here. So we're going to open inside yesterday's range. We're going to open inside yesterday's cost basis, which means business is pretty much the same as yesterday. If we take out yesterday's high, then we got some change, okay? So we came close. What was our high? 96? Yesterday's high is 98 quarter. Right now, you could see from the last couple of hours, well, actually the last 3 hours, you could see that the market's been bid 77.86 for hours now. Ever since that move up a couple hours ago, that's your bid. So right here, there's my half-hour chart. Ah, there it is. That's true. There was a double top. Was it? Yeah, but that double top has been corrected, so it's kind of gone now. How do you get the callbacks? Oh, cost basis for Globex? Go check out the video from this morning, James. You look for a high, a low, and when you look above that high, you come back into that low. So you just look for where they sell and where they stop selling, and when they match up, there's your cost basis. Pretty simple. Hey, Milo, what's up? How you doing? So we're going to open up here, and 70% of the inventory is priced here in that 86 to 90 range, right? I'm feeling a little better, still not 100%. It's like every time I get on a plane, I get sick. It needs consolidation. Yeah, it needs to be back and forth, James. Definitely. Like this. If you were looking here, you could say that this is a cost basis right here. See there? And then you double it to the upside and you double it to the downside. So you're basically looking at that back and forth. Because that back and forth is being sold up here. You see? Yeah. So if you just woke up now and you didn't have my zones and you wanted to draw your own, you could go and draw. This is your cost basis. Yeah, it's cool. That's beautiful. The thing is, they'll both work because we're selling the same product. You're just looking at a cost basis at a different time in the business day. That's all it is. But it's not like in the morning we were running a donut shop and in the afternoon we were selling tires and at night we're running a beauty salon. It's all the same business, it's all the same inventory. So wherever you take that snapshot looking for a cost basis, whether it's accumulation or distribution, it'll work. The reason it works is because that's the way the business is, right? I was speaking to one of my coaching clients, pretty sharp dude, you know, and he's a successful businessman. He's bought and sold and created businesses. So he knows what it is to run a business. He knows what it is to sell a business, right? So he understands concepts like selling into strength and things like that. And what we do here in our room is we try and teach the business reason for doing what we're doing. Once you understand the business reason why you're trading, then you know, hey, is this a good business decision right here? Or am I acting emotionally because I feel I've been sitting here and I haven't made money this yet? Right? So we'll help you with all of that. Come join us at Trading Syndicate. I can't say it enough. I sound like a broken record, but give us a month and don't just sign up to the room and like forget about it. Sign up to the room, come into the room, ask me questions. I'll get on a phone call with you if I have to, right? I promise you in a month you'll learn more that you can actually make money with than you will 10 years anywhere else. That's guaranteed. If you're really stubborn, maybe 2 months. But if you can follow directions and if you can listen, don't worry, James. I'm here every day, twice a day, and we have our room that you can come give it a test. Right? I'm vwaptrader1 on X, and our trading room is tradingsyndicate.org. I'm always around. I'm like a bad cold. You can't get rid of me. I trade my own capital and I trade for clients. I trade for some of my old clients that I used to do deals with. I trade their money. Yeah, so a little bit of both. This you could use this as a cost basis right here. Definitely. It'll work. And James, when you come into the room, reach out and we'll have a chat. I'm a very cautious trader, Lewis. I like to make a little bit of money every day for my clients. And if I can't make a little bit of money, my biggest goal is not to lose their money, right? It's very much a longevity thing, right? Don't institutional traders sign NDA for various strategies? I'm sure they do. Definitely. But what I'm doing is nothing secret, right? I'm just doing business. The way people have done business for thousands of years. Unfortunately, you guys have been inundated with all this retail trading gibberish that you guys don't actually know what's going on in the business, right? Stacking pips, I'm not sure what you're trying to get at, but let me know if I can help you out. Yeah, focus is key, Milo. There's a lot of stuff out there that will confuse people, especially if they don't know anything about the business. And who can blame them, right? You're out there looking for information, you're looking on how to make money, but and these guys are great at marketing, right? So we're off. Let's see. Let's see how the cookie crumbles. There's that 86. There's that bid, right? Let's see if we take out that bid. Look at the volume come in as soon as you get to 86. If we break that, look for 84 half. If we break that, look for 82 half. Overnight inventory is long. The quote unquote normal course of business is to correct inventory lower. Okay. Took that one. There should be some bids at VWAP. See if we get a look below and fail of 83. It's looking. I'll be looking for bids at 80. If we can't get down to 80, look for it to rotate back up over 83. Nice and easy. Let the orders come in. Wait till the next candle. There's a seller at 83 right now. Let's see if we can clean them out. There's our next candle, seller at 83. There we go. Let's tag that 5 p.m. close. Let's see. We're going to look for the bid now. So we're going to drop into that 77.5, 77 area. Give it some time if it's not clear, right? If you don't get a look below and fail of 83, you're looking for a look below and fail of 70, okay? Don't screw around in the middle. If you're short, you're okay in the short until we get back out for over VWAP. If the market starts to offer up over VWAP, be careful, okay? The only reason I say that is because this market is at all-time highs. So there's not a ton of inventory above us. Seller's still at 83. Let's see if that 77.80 bid holds, right? This is an area here where you let the large traders work this out. And then if we clear VWAP again, then you can go long. Till then, don't go even think about going long. Oh yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff online stacking pips. You know, it's funny. And this always reminds me of online trading. I used to have a client called the Penguin. I talk about him all the time. And you know, he was worth about 400 million bucks. And I remember once he said, "We're going to go meet this kid. He says he can move some paper. We're going to hire him to work on this company that I've invested in, right? We'll give him a couple of million shares and he'll move the stock. He'll bring in 10 million shares of buying." I'm like, okay, I never heard of this guy. We go into an office. There's this really young guy. He's wearing a suit and he's got a Bloomberg, right? He's got a Bloomberg in a private office, which was back in the 90s. That was a big thing. You know, it was like, 5-10 grand a month to have a Bloomberg. So he's starting to talk and I'm like, nothing he's saying makes any sense. The Penguin's getting kind of, he's so impressed that he's got a Bloomberg in his office that he's not really listening to what this kid's saying. And I'm kind of like, oh, we're looking for 76.5 next. If we break yesterday's close at 77.25. So anyway, he's going on and on and on. And the Penguin's really going for this, right? And he's ready to call our Swiss banker uncle and have some stock transferred to this kid. And the kid doesn't even have a bank account at this Swiss bank, so I found that was kind of dodgy. So I said, let's give us a couple of days, right? The next day, the Penguin and I go to lunch, and guess who's our waiter? It's the same guy who's pretending to be a stock promoter. Turns out he borrowed somebody's office, one of his clients that comes to the restaurant, and pretended that was his office and that was his Bloomberg. And he was fixing to rob a couple of million shares for free off my client. Not thinking that we dangle him, off the balcony of a building, but, you know, and when I see people teaching people how to trade online, that's what I think of. I think of the kid who was a waiter who was pretending to be a promoter so he could rob you from free stock, right? It's a distraction story, exactly. I've just been in some really crazy situations, right? Vancouver was a crazy town back in the 90s. Excuse me. Looking for VWAP to the upside. Yeah, Doug, I think I see some bids here in the middle of the red discount zone, right? So this is the cost basis. This is 2 times discount. This is 4 times discount. And then this is 2 times profit. Really simple. And the trade I'm waiting for is to look below and fail. And they're taking their sweet time cleaning it up. So I'll just chill and wait. I found in this market, I'm doing a lot of waiting and I'm trading a lot less. Now, a mistake I've made, and I'm sure everybody else is making, I'm not immune, is overtrading markets that you shouldn't overtrade, like ones that are choppy. You got to really, really wait for a good reason to do business, right? So let's see. NQ rinsed. Yeah, I see the NQ in distribution too, eh? Got to see if that move holds, right? 200 points straight down? Isn't that a normal day now, Leslie, in the NASDAQ? That thing is so thin. I need extra blood pressure medication just to look at it. Yeah, you know what? I've driven motorcycles way faster than I should have and lived. I've been in bar brawls where I should technically be dead, but I somehow survived. I've been in a lot of crazy situations. I don't need to trade the NQ. It is choppy, and that is a very, very good observation. That's why, Lewis, we have to trade less and wait for better opportunities, right? Listen, guys, and ladies. I always use this example, so I'm sorry if I'm using it too much. Any of you ever went and sat in front of a billionaire and tried to raise money? Right? I've sat at a lot of investor tables, right? And I notice when you ask someone who's really wealthy to invest in a company, they look at you like your feet stink, like you got some weird goiter coming out of your nose or something. Okay? If you're long, remember that there is going to be a seller at 82. So make sure you pay yourself. Okay? So what happens when you go to rich people and you ask them for money is they kind of crinkle their nose up at you. There's going to be a seller right here, the top of these three candles. And they always go, you know what? Don't call us. We'll call you. I'll have my people take a look at it. Leave a prospectus, right? So when you look at trades, I want you guys to think the same thing, right? I want you to be a bit like a snotty rich person when you look at a trade. You know, what can you do for me that I don't already have? You know what I mean? Be snobby, especially in this market. Yeah, see, Josh fixes their planes, right? They're very cheap, right? Exactly, right? Let's see if you get this reference, Josh. You know, Josh, you have to use what? Ball bearings, Quaker State, and to fix the Fitzer valve, right? Let's see if you get this movie reference. You might be too young. Told you there'd be a seller at 83. It's all ball bearings these days. Fletch. It is a classic movie. I'll send you the clip. See, the thing is, Keith, like there's no, it's not a genius move to know that there's going to be a seller at 83 because that's where everyone's parked ready to sell. VWAP is like a parking lot for large trucks to do business. Yes, Chevy Chase. You know, the movies from the early 80s did teach me a lot about business. For example, Deal of the Century when he has to go meet that arms dealers on his private plane. You know, that actually helped me in real life when I had to meet a real life arms dealer, right? 77, 80. Back down. Let's see if we hold that 5 p.m. close. This is basically, we're in cleanup right now, eh, folks? We sold all this stuff over 86, and now everybody who bought that is just puking it out. So the people who are short, they come in and buy, okay? The short sellers come in and buy, and then wholesale builds a position on top of the short sellers, okay? Then we start to buy, and then we get stopped out because we forget VWAP's there, right? So we buy it, boom, now we'll get stopped out, and wholesale will reabsorb what they sold to us here and here. They'll buy it back here. Now let's see if the shorts still bid that 76. So it'll be like a washing machine going back and forth. And the dirt is the trapped longs. And this back and forth motion cleans the ES out of all these people who are trapped. So when it's ready, what's going to happen is once all of that inventory is soaked up, if enough people short it here and add to the short here, it'll help pop this thing up to 86. And that's true. Thanks, Steve, for reminding me. When you sign up for our room, you get a free Take Profit Trader account. Steve's giving away, right? So this is what I'm looking for, okay? I am looking for a look below and fail of 70, right? Give it some time. So the sellers got a little anxious, started lowering price. The shorts who were bid pulled their bids down here. Yeah, if VWAP wasn't here, we'd already be at 86. But that's okay. Just have another coffee and relax. You know, there's certain times in business, in trading, this is one thing I've found really, really helpful, is there are times when you want to let the rich people pick up the check. And this is one of those times. Instead of guessing, right, wait till they prove to you that the selling's done. How do you know that? Because the market will go under one zone level at an extreme and then come back in. So if you have a place to put your risk, a place to buy, and then a place to sell, because it'll rotate back up once the sell orders are done. The business is a little slower today. It's summer, right? We're in the middle of summer, right? So it's not as busy as it usually is. So it's going to take a little bit more time for transactions to complete. That's all, right? It's like what in the 90s when we were working with the German boiler rooms, where there were a lot of boiler rooms in Germany, tons of them. And in July they'd tell us, "Okay, we're shutting down in August." And we're like, "What do you mean you're shutting down?" Yeah, we're shutting the rooms down, and we're on vacation. I'm like, "You're going on vacation for 4 weeks?" Uh, yeah, we're going to the lake. I'm like, "Do you guys have cell phones and like, are you hooked up there?" No, no, we don't work. So now I know in the States it's a little different. People work a lot more, but summer is a little slower. Okay. Summer is a bit slower. So what I suggest you guys do is use this time to learn because this fall is going to be, man, it's going to be a humdinger this fall, right? There could be, Jimmy. No, it doesn't affect how I look at this. Remember how we spoke about once you have your map for the day, just stick to the map. Oh, it's going to be difficult. Trading this fall is going to be really difficult. It's not going to be easy. So spend some time this summer honing your skills. Difficult in what way? Well, do you know how ever since you went away, Jimmy, and you came back, remember how you took some time off and then you came back to trading? And when you came back, everything was upside down? That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. You go left, the market goes right. The market goes right, you go left. Right? It's like you're dancing with a girl and you're stepping on her feet for the entire song. Right? That's what I mean by more difficult. Right? My book is going good. I'm just having trouble finishing it. I don't even think about interest rates, Deuce, but because I'm a day trader, right? But all of that stuff does affect. Remember, there's an interest rate meeting, what, next week? There's a Fed meeting. So it's just summer. It's slow. Listen, if I didn't have you guys, I would be sitting on a borrowed boat somewhere, right? If I didn't have you guys right now, man, I'd be like, I would have befriended some dude who's got a really nice boat and just like, you know what? I'll work on your boat for free this summer. I'll just crew and I'll just chill and hang out. I could do that, right? Reminds me of when I was 19, right? That's the only reason I'm in front of the screens is because of you guys. It's 30 degrees in Liverpool today. It's like Florida. Hey, Mike, what's going on? See, I'm trying to distract you guys too because it's taking forever to liquidate this thing. This is like the market wants to go to 77.70, like my 180-pound dog would want to go to not want to go to the vet. Passed another eval. Nice work. Well done. Use Fahrenheit. All I'm saying is it's unusually hot for the UK. Good stuff, Mike. Way to work. Way to work. Looks like the algos have gone to the Hamptons. Look how small these candles are. There we go. Here we go. We caught a bid. Damn it. Why didn't they give me 70? I don't want to pay 74. I really don't. Come on. Ugh. This is the trade I hate, where it just bottoms out here and I don't trust this low. So what do we do when it's really slow like this? Well, if it holds these lows, you can build a little long position, maybe between 73 and 76, pop it out in the 80s. And your warning level will be, well, it'll be really clear, right? Right? Your danger zone will be 71, 72, right? So if you're building a 73, 74 position and it starts taking out those 72s, start cutting contracts, right? Manage your risk with size. I believe in them when you're trying to learn the business, Louis, but they do encourage a lot of bad habits, right? See, where I come from, it's not okay to blow up an account, right? Let me use an analogy. Say I gave you a business, a fully functioning business, right? And I go, okay, here, Jimmy, here's a business. And the next day you go and you bankrupt that business, knowing that the day after that I'll just hand you another business. It's not realistic, right? That's not how business works. You don't get unlimited tries, right? But it's good that they exist because a lot of traders have no idea what they're doing, and that way they don't lose a ton of their own money, right? So there's good and bad, right? I'm an advocate of responsible use of prop firms, right? If you can use them properly and think like you're in a business because you are instead of some crazy gambling house, it's not Ocean's 11, you know, then I think it's okay, right? Ugh. So remember, if you are long underneath yesterday's close, right? Say you're long 5 to 10 between 73 and 74, make sure your offers are out. Right? So if you are long, make sure you get your sell orders out so you can get paid. Okay? Nice. Get your sell orders out. There you go. There you go. Right? So if you were long 5, maybe it's 74 and a half, 75, you should be out at least 3 of them here. Right? There you go. Right? There's going to be sellers here. So you want to do your business before these guys come and hit you on the head and steal your client, right? Cool. Thanks, Keith. Right? And everything we do in our room is practical. It's got to be practical, you know? If it's not practical, they're wasting your time and your money. That's where the seller's going to be. This market's still bid, huh? Hmm. Looking to go tickle that 81. Let's see if we can. Once the position is secure under VWAP, we'll go sell it between 85 and 89. Till then, it'll be just back and forth. Oh, it's bidding 78. I'm getting all my information from this right now. This is just telling me that the position's here and we're going to sell some here. If the buyers keep coming in, then we can go sell some up here. That's all that's going on. It couldn't go lower, Milo, because it didn't have to. And that's the most important thing. It couldn't go lower because it did not have to go lower. The sellers did not have to lower price. The only reason a seller will lower price is because they're forced to liquidate, right? Because as a seller, I know, I have dreams of being the only seller where you're just selling millions of shares into $100 volume with no competition, right? Those are dreams. There's always competition, right? But those are the kind of dreams I have. The kind of dreams I have are that I have 150 million shares of stock and I'm dancing over $100 bids like Fred Astaire. And at the end of the day, the 150 million shares is gone and there's about $3 billion sitting in the account. Those are the kind of dreams I like, right? You know, and my nightmares are when I'm less than 30% of the trading volume. Hey, good stuff, Dex. Have a good one. So remember, if you are long, once you pop the 83s, right? and it holds 83. You can go buy a little at 82. All right, I bought a little at 82. I took the offer. I couldn't get it on the bid, and I'm a seller here, right? Nice, simple, right? Got a couple left, and I'm flat. Couple of points, right? Not as glamorous as being long from here, but my reflexes are not that great today because I'm sick as a dog. So I'm just going to trade under my ability just to make sure I don't do anything stupid. It's very easy to make mistakes, especially if you've taken some cold medication. Okay. Clearing 88, we're looking for 89.5. And this is rotation. So Milo, the pop is due to the fact that short covering, wholesale longs, then us. Then the people who shorted here and added here, they create this big green candle when they all discover that they're screwed and they go to cover at the same time. Then the people who own it yank the price up. Pretty simple. And that pattern will repeat itself. You know, don't worry about the banana pancake pattern and the upside down, you know, dark wing duck pattern and all that stuff. I don't, whatever you guys memorize. The pattern is the acquisition of inventory and the disposal for profit, right? Keep it simple. Trade in the way of the business, right? All time frames, yeah. No, you're actually you got to zig when you zag there, Jimmy. You can buy it higher because the inventory is underneath you. And you're doing the look below and fail. Now, you might screw up that trade, and you will. And I still do every once in a while. It's natural. But remember what we spoke about your old teachings. You still need to delete that part of your hard drive because they're not serving you, right? Remember what we spoke about, right? So what you need to do is to do the same thing over and over. Remember how I keep telling you, do the same thing over and over and over again? That's to reinforce that behavior of not getting distracted and falling back into old habits. And remember, not every look below and fail is the same. Remember how we spoke about there'll be like 5 different look below and fails? That's okay, man. It's first thing in the morning, right? If you don't get it right away, that's cool. Let your brain have some time to warm up. You got to remember, I've been up since 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So I am fully caffeinated, right? So where you are right now, it's still early morning. Just chill. Don't worry about it, right? Engine needs time to warm up. That's all, right? I found ever since coming to the UK, no, it's good that you're trying to learn, but just give yourself, be a little patient with yourself, right? Let yourself catch up a little bit, right? It's good, right? Nothing bad here, Jimmy. right? And I'm saying after I came to the UK, I found it a lot easier to trade the US Open because you've been up for hours. But I find that waking up really early, like especially when I was living in Vancouver, the US Open is like 6:30 in the morning. You're like, "Oh God," It's a lot harder, right? It's a lot harder. That's why I find like now at the Open, I'm like really awake. It's kind of midday for me, almost the end of the day for me. But if this was 6 in the morning for me, I would not be trading as well. Right? That's just me. So we got sellers at what is that? 86. Bids at 83. Yeah, the day just started, man. You know, it's trading is very stressful, especially that 9:30 bell. A lot of people are like, "Let's go get it." I'm like, "Dude, just chill out, right? Just relax. Let yourself wake up, so you're not mainlining Red Bull." Okay, we ran out of buying here. Let's see if we can hold VWAP. Could you long into the cost basis? Definitely. But right now, what's going on is once we did go into the cost basis, you'll notice that they sold the crap out of it here. So anyone who's long here and here, they'd be selling here because once we get up here, there's going to be traffic. So they've sold before the traffic. Let's see if this look below and fail of 83 works again. If it breaks VWAP, you can take a short, put your stop just a bit above VWAP, and then put some bids down at 88. I mean, sorry, 78. God, I need to wear my glasses. 78, 77, 76. So if it breaks VWAP, you're okay on the short. If it can't break VWAP, it's going to do this annoying thing where it curls back up like this. My data is not delayed. I am broadcasting on YouTube, so it might be a little slow because of YouTube. What else, James? No, my data is not delayed. Yeah, YouTube probably has a bit of a delay, right? But you guys have your own screens, right? I would wait right now, Milo. Business is a little bit slow. Business is a little slow. See, the thing is this after this huge move up last week while I was away, right? That the market is now kind of stuck going sideways. And not a lot of really big traders are going to come in and put on size right now. They'd like to see a liquidation before they do that. So right now it's just day traders, wholesalers, You know, this week, lots of Magnum PI. That's cool. What a great show that was. Oh, definitely, Leslie. I don't mind slower markets because it allows me to actually go outside and enjoy the summer, which is something I never did for 20 years. So I don't mind when it's a little slow. I've come to appreciate that. Yeah, definitely, right? There's CPI tomorrow, so nobody really wants to put on a lot of risk. So it'll be just like back and forth like this. And like I said before, you take less trades in these markets, get your money, and get out quick. Small candles like this, that's telling me take a chill pill and don't push the trading. This is not a market to overtrade in, right? This is definitely, it's definitely, when it's choppy and the candles are this small, it's basically picking your pocket, you know? Wait till your edge appears, right? So, Milo, you want to wait for this? You want to wait for the obvious trades, right? Yeah, it's not really a good time to do business right now, James. I apologize. Write your local congressman. It's just a slow summer. It's in August. You know, all the rich people are on their yachts, you know, sipping that really weird colored wine they all drink now, that pink wine, you know? No one's sitting at their desk. You know, they're all doing the howls like on Gilligan's Island. So it's slow. Yes, definitely, Jade. China Pug. That that's perfect. That back and forth range, that balance, that's perfect. That's exactly what you need. Back and forth, and you just trade the edge in, you know, from the outside in. I'm glad, Sergio. It just helps you visualize, right? You're welcome. Like right now, it's just, yeah. In fact, if it stays this slow, I'll shut the session down a little early. Unless you guys want to talk about something else. Let's go see what the cool kids are doing. How's Muscosaurus here? You know, I'm so choked. They started buying Tesla under 109. I was waiting for Tesla to get to 80. I wanted to buy some. I mean, not Tesla, SpaceX. I was really looking for a SpaceX buy at 80 bucks. Right? I was like, come on, just keep selling, just keep selling. I know you want to. And then it hit that 103.88, and then boom, right? Found its bid. Bastards. There's supposed to be a lot of stock coming loose. So maybe they just stopped selling so they could absorb some more at higher price. Let's see what happens. Intel, it's got that big gap, 79.80. Should have bought a ton of this up into 25 bucks. I don't know why I missed that. When they did that securities purchase agreement at 23.28, that was a table pounding long. JP Morgan just creeping higher every day. Tesla, that 261 would be nice. I don't know. XRP, I have no idea. Let's see what the coin of bitterness is doing. Okay. I got coin of bitterness just going sideways. There's a lot of inventory to clean up in the Bitcoin market. And it's taking a while because nobody wants to buy the frickin' thing. I mean, literally everybody above 68,000 is trapped long. So it's going to take a while. We'll see. Just a little distribution, Jimmy. Right? Remember, we're taking this and we're selling it up here. Right? Yeah, yeah, James. I only have this. Well, no, I have 5 screens, but all I need to trade is off this. When I trade, I just trade off this. But I have my order entry on on another screen, and I just use this to trade. Really simple. Like for example, if I was going long now, like say I went long 81 and a half. Well, I'd put my stop here just under this 80, right? Because for me, my levels work. So I know that if it takes out that 80 bid, there's no reason for me to be long, right? You just need this. All you need is this. Are you watching my screen, James? Do you see my screen? I don't have a Twitch. I'm too old for a Twitch. But I'm vwaptrader1 on X. I think I do have a TikTok, but I don't know how to use it. Right. So yeah, that's all I use to trade. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty slow, Milo. You have been on Discord for 7 years. Who knew, eh? Crazy. Any questions, folks? I will wrap it up a little early to try and save my voice a little bit. I got to do a podcast today, too. We've got a good podcast coming out. We're going to be talking about what happened last week across the markets in the AI sector and how our young 24-year-old fund manager got his first lesson in Wall Street. And that lesson is you can never trust the primes. Thanks, everyone. Come visit us at tradingsyndicate.org. They're giving away prop accounts for Take Profit. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'm on at 7:30 in the morning UK time and 2:15 in the afternoon UK time. I'm on twice a day. Thanks, guys. Sorry, my voice has been bad and I sound horrible. Got quite a bit of a flu, so apologize for my sound. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a have a great trading day.